You're watching JTV.
So right here we have a video from the Muslim literature titled Christian and Muslim Debate Who Deserves Heaven. So
I'll ask you some basic questions. What is heaven? What is that?
I'm just saying what I want to say with that is just like it doesn't matter in what you believe if you are
I know.
or Christian.
I know, I understand.
At the end of the day, we are all human and we're all the same.
Who decides who goes in my house?
Just you,
Me. Who created heaven?
God,
God. So who decides who goes to heaven?
God.
Excellent. So here it is,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's the only thing I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, of course.
So it is not for me, it's not for her, it's not for anyone, it's for God. You have God, then God sends revelations. Revelation is where God speaks, right? He says to us, this will happen, that will happen. So when I ask you, for example, who God decided will go to heaven, the only way we can know is through revelation. So revelation should be the determiner of who goes to heaven or not.
If you're a good person and you do no wrong and you're not a murderer, yeah, I think you should be able to go to a higher place.
what if you've never heard about Christianity, but you still live a life that's like Christ?
Exactly.
But maybe you didn't practice Jesus' teachings to a T just because you didn't know. You'd still go to heaven.
Yeah, if you're a good
Right.
person, there should be no reason why you wouldn't.
See what we agree on, right? Do you believe that God is a human being? God that created everything is a man or a woman or a human being. You do believe that? We don't believe that.
Wow. Yeah, I think that God is like above like humans. You know?
Yes.
That's why Islam kind of makes more sense to me. 'Cause
I'm more spiritual.
spiritual, okay. Islam kind of makes more sense to me.
Is a human. When you're a human and I'm a human, why not worship her or him or any random guy walking in the streets because he's a human being?
Don't ask me that, please.
I'll try to make you think about it, right? Human beings are weak. They're deficient, right? They're unable to make this universe and they die. There's only a certain point of time where everyone dies, right? Cannot even stop our own selves from dying, let alone having influence on other people's lives. So see, that's why God cannot be human. And that's why you see Muslims, we believe in Jesus, like my brother is telling you, but we know that Jesus was not God because humans are not God. But more importantly, Jesus did not say, I'm God.
Like when I was like first learning about Islam, I didn't really believe that, and I saw like Sunny tweeted that, so I googled it myself to see if that was true, to fact check myself, and it really is true. Nowhere in the Bible does Jesus say I am God. Nowhere in the Bible does Jesus say to worship him.
And you read the whole Bible?
No, but I okay, well that's a good point too. That's a good counter argument. But I did like Google it, and like all the sources are saying like nowhere in there.
In Luke chapter 6 verse 12, do you know what it says? It says Jesus went and prayed to God. So if you pray to God, you're not God, right? You cannot be God, right? Pray to God, right? Because you're created by God, God is sent you. Now that's why Allah, when He sent Prophet Muhammad, Allah made introduce or brought this way of preserving the religion. So the Quran, for example, we memorize the Quran from beginning to end. From start to finish, Muslims memorize the Quran. Millions of Muslims do. And that way no one can change it. Nobody can add to it, nobody can take anything away from it.
Like, what do you think about how like Muslims are portrayed in the media too? Like, I feel like a lot of the times they're just like portrayed as like terrorists. Isn't that insane?
I don't think all the time, but a
lot of the times.
I think mainstream media does like to, they like to have a narrative that suits them.
Right, exactly. Why do you think they push that though? Like, it doesn't even really make sense. The argument would be to deter people from God. If everybody thinks that Muslims are terrorists, they're not going to listen to what Muslims actually have to say.
A person accepting Islam, it's called the Shahada. You testify, right? There's nothing worthy of worship except God, Allah. You believe that already, right? You shouldn't worship anything other than God, right? And to testify that Prophet Muhammad is his messenger, you already accept that. You already believe that. So if you say that thing which is called the Shahada, you become Muslim. So what is really preventing you, and you as well, from taking that step and accepting Islam? And because Islam is a let's say a unity family community religion, right? We believe in actual brotherhood and sisterhood, not just in name.
Yeah.
Like for me, my own brother that is my blood, it's the brother in Islam is closer than the blood.
Yeah.
Right? Allah says in the Quran, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ. Verily the believers are brothers. That's how we view it in Islam. That's why you see Islam is more of a community than anywhere else in the world, right?
So he's basically saying if you don't obey this higher power, you're not thankful for your life, you're not thankful for the world, you're not thankful for what you're given.
Right.
I don't believe that.
Why not?
Well, because I don't think you need to obey to a higher power to be thankful for life and to be thankful for what you have.
But it's because the higher power gave you the life. So it's like, I'm thankful to you because...
If you believe that.
If you believe that, but I'm thankful to you and Dad because you spawned me in.
Right.
You know? Like, you guys spawned me in, so I'm grateful that. It's kind of like the same idea, like, God is like the parent that spawned everybody, so it's like being thankful to God to even have this life.
Oh, I get what he's saying, but I don't believe what he's saying.
See, your issue is just coming down to whether or not you believe God.
Yes.
That's really the root of
Believe in
this.
a higher power.
Yeah. I don't know, like, some of it does feel like kind of blind faith.
It does.
You know?
لم يجد المفسرون الأوائل حرجا في الإقرار بوجود عدد كبير من الكلمات الدخيلة في القرآن أو في مناقشته وإلى آخره من هذا الكلام.
كلمات دخيلة يعني ما معنى كلمات الدخيلة؟
أهو فسر
في تفسير.
كلمات مستعارة من اللغة الأثيوبية والفارسية واليونانية والهندية والسريانية والعبرية والنبطية والقبطية والتركية والزنجية والبربرية. عدد كبير من هذه الأمور. جاء في الأثر عن ابن عباس ومن لف لفه كانوا يبدون اهتماما خاصا برصد أصول الكلمات وتحديد معانيها. لكنه بعد ظهور مبدأ القائل أن القرآن قديم ويتسم بالكمال ابتدأوا يغيروا من هنا ولكن القرآن عربي نقي. ولكن هذا ما تذكره دائرة المعارف الإسلامية من صفحة 8222 إلى 8224.